Welcome to our sunrise stretch. My name is Michelle and I will be guiding you through today. We're going to be recording this and please feel free to look back on the Fitness Center's YouTube channel if you would like to do this exercise again. Let me just share my screen to put up a disclaimer and give you a moment to read through. Okay, let's begin. So for today, a mat would be wonderful. Bare feet is preferred, but if sneakers are something that you want on to wear today, that's fine as well. We are going to start standing. So I'll have you come and stand wherever you find your personal space today. Feet underneath the knees, underneath the hips, shoulders down and back, hands reaching down toward the earth. Just taking a moment to breathe deep. And then let's begin to add some movement to that breath. Inhaling the arms up, exhaling hands in toward our chest. Inhaling up and exhaling fully. In and out. Adding a torso rotation to our breath, inhaling the arms up, exhaling as we open the arms, add a little twist to one side, inhaling back up to center, exhaling as we open the arms to the other side. Moving back and forth, moving at our own breathing pace. And let's take one more breath to each side. And our next exhale, let's find ourselves back into center position. Wonderful. Moving now into our cat-cow. So we can either be standing or seated or on the mat. So standing, we can use our arms or not. Inhale as we lift head and chest. Exhale, rounding the back, bringing the chin to the chest. We can use the arms or not. We can do this seated tall in a chair, or we can come down to our hands and knees, lining up our wrists under the shoulders, knees under the hips, inhaling to our cow, exhaling to our cat position. So choosing the position that best suits you for today. And moving through, inhaling up and exhaling. A couple more deep breaths here. More inhale and exhale. And finding ourselves back in a neutral spine. If we were down on the floor, let's come to a standing position or a seated position. Inhaling the arms up overhead. Exhale to our lateral flexion. So one arm reaches up to the sky, the other down to the earth. Holding the position for a moment, feeling the stretch all down through the side body. Breathing out, expanding the rib cage out to the side. Inhaling up, exhaling, stretching to the other side. Reaching the arms up, Same side, that foot presses down into the earth. And from here, moving into a flow with this. Inhaling the arms up, exhaling as we reach one side. Inhaling, arms up, exhaling, reach to the other side. Moving back and forth, following our own breathing pace. Nice deep breaths, feeling the stretch to the side, feeling the stretch up, stretch to the other side, and stretch up, this time leaving the hands up. Let's clasp the hands, pressing away as we lift up, reaching over to one side, coming back up to center, reaching over to the other side. And again, all of this can be done seated nice and tall in the chair if you prefer. Coming back up, reaching the hands around behind. So we can either clasp the hands or just reach back as if we're holding a giant ball behind us, or if we're seated with a chair that has a back and we can touch the back of the chair, getting a nice lift through the chest, slight gaze upward, deep breaths, feeling the openness of the chest and shoulders. Breathing deep. Our next exhale, releasing those hands, clasping the hands, turning them inside out, pressing away from us and drawing the chin down toward the chest. Getting a nice round through the upper back and shoulders as we press away. Again, nice deep breaths. And let's release. Shaking it out a little bit, rolling the shoulders back. Bring the shoulders up toward our ears, down and back. Rolling them back. Wonderful. Coming to a tricep stretch, bringing one hand to the shoulder. Opposite hand draws that elbow back, lifting up. Only going as far as we comfortably can. Deep breath. And releasing down, switching our sides, other hand to the shoulder, opposite hand grabs that elbow, reaching it back. Again, owing to that place that's most comfortable for you. You want to get a little bit of a stretch here, so you should feel something, but not to the point of pain or scrunching up our neck and shoulders. Breathing deep. And then releasing. Hands again behind the back. This time we're looking to just touch the fingers behind our back. If we would like a little bit more sensation, maybe we grab our wrists. And if that feels comfortable, if we want to reach back and grab our elbows, we can do that as well. Gaining some more openness through the chest and shoulders. Breathing deep. We tend to spend a lot of time rounded forward, so these stretches help to counteract that forward stature that we tend to live in a little bit more than we should. Deep breath. And let's release. Coming to a standing position if you're not there already, taking a nice wide stance, our toes angled out, coming to our moonflowers. Inhaling those arms up, exhale as we bend the knees and bend the elbows. Inhaling up, exhaling as we sink. keeping a nice long spine. Imagine that spine just sliding up and down the wall so that we're not reaching back like we typically would for a squat. We're reaching that tailbone straight down. We do not have to bend the knees if that's too much. We can simply just do the arms. Choosing what works best for you today. Nice deep breaths. Inhale and exhale. 2 more deep breaths. All right. Releasing the arms. We're going to keep the feet wide, but we're going to turn to the side in a lunge position. So, knees and toes facing the same direction. Our back leg, the ball of the foot pressing into the earth. Slight bend in that front knee. Hands could be on the hips, down to our sides, out to the sides, whatever feels comfortable for us. But focusing on that foot for the moment. Ball of the foot to the earth, then reaching that heel to press closer to the earth. If it doesn't touch, that's okay. The idea is just to reach it toward the earth, feeling the stretch up through the calf into our hamstrings and glutes. Nice and tall. Breathing deep. Now shifting, we're going to put our weight on that back foot. So we may need to bring it in just a little bit. Sitting back, flexing the front foot, reaching back with the tailbone. Getting a nice hamstring stretch through that front leg. Breathing deep. Trying to keep the chest reaching out instead of collapsing forward and rounding. Trying to keep that lift, extending that chest out. Deep breaths. And bringing our weight onto that front foot. We're going to stretch out the quadriceps. So either the toes come to the mat and we reach our hips forward. We can put our foot up on a chair, if that's comfortable, grabbing in the pants or the ankle, using a wall for balance if we need it, or the hand could be out to the side, up on the head, touching the nose. Feeling the stretch through our hip flexors, down into our quadriceps, the whole front of the thigh. Deep breaths. Deep breathing actually helps keep the balance, expanding and contracting in that belly. And from wherever we are, releasing. Taking that nice wide stance again, toes out. Let's just circle through a couple of moonflowers. Inhaling up, exhale, sink. Again, you don't have to bend the knees if you don't want to. You get a little blood circulation here. One more. Okay, changing our stance to the other side. So toes, knees facing the direction. We're focusing on that back foot, ball of the foot, soft bend in the front knee, reaching the heel down toward the earth. Hands to the hips, out to the sides, down to the floor, wherever we feel a comfortable place for them to rest. Keeping the length in the spine, feeling the stretch through the calf muscles, up the back of the leg. Deep breaths. Shifting. taking our weight onto that back leg, flexing the front foot, reaching back with the tailbone, keeping that chest lifted and reaching out. Now we're feeling that stretch on the front leg, up through the hamstrings into the glutes. Nice deep breaths. Feeling the breath move into any areas where there's tightness. And then we're going to shift to stretch our quadriceps. So coming forward, toes to the earth or up on a chair, grabbing the pants, grabbing the ankle, using the wall for balance if we have one, or a stable surface. Arm could be out to the side, on our head, on our nose. Maybe we find a fixed spot to look at straight ahead to help us with our balance. Focusing on the breath helps with our balance. Breathing deep, feeling the stretch, waking up those muscles. And releasing from whatever position we were in. Now we're going to take our position down to the floor, so either on our mat or on a comfortable surface, so that we can do a few more leg stretches. So coming down however you feel most comfortable. We're going to take one leg extended straight out, our other knee bent in. It doesn't have to be terribly far. Take it to whatever level of comfort there is there for you. Important part, keeping the spine nice and long, lifted up. We can stay straight ahead. Ideally, we want to twist, turning into the knee, gazing over the shoulder, keeping the foot flexed on that straight leg, nice and long for a seated spinal twist. Breathing deep, doing our best to go keep that breath moving in and out through the nose. And on our next exhale, let's release back to center and switch the legs. The leg comes long, hugging the opposite knee in. Again, keeping that length. We can hug in and stay straight. Ideally, we want to work into that twist, hugging the knee, turning our gaze over the back shoulder, keeping the foot flexed on that straight leg. Nice and tall. Deep breaths. And on our next exhale, releasing back to center, placing both feet flat to the earth. We're going to work our way down so that we're laying on our backs. So however you need to get there, you could take in stages, coming down to your elbows, then coming all the way back, whatever works best for you. Moving into a figure four stretch, crossing one leg over the other, ankle to knee, lifting that floor leg in toward the chest. We can stay right here, or we can reach through and behind the thigh, gently breathing deep, feeling the openness of the hip. If we would like to add in a little more hamstring stretch on the other leg, we can lengthen that leg. Deep breaths. And let's release. Back to the earth, switching our sides. Other leg crosses over, ankle to knee, out to the side, raising that floor leg in toward the chest. Reaching through and behind if you wish, as long as that's not adding any more tension to our upper shoulders and neck. And certainly just stay here, or if we want to add in a little more of a hamstring stretch, lifting bottom leg, flexed, deep breath. And let's slowly release, bringing the feet back to the earth. We're going to come up to a seated position, however that's best for you. Coming to the front. And instead of our legs crossed, we're going to take a fold. So one leg in, then the other leg in. They don't have to be in tight, whatever's comfortable for you. Sitting up nice and tall, reaching our fingertips to the floor in front of us. Working ourselves down just a little bit. Maybe we go a little bit more, depending on your comfort level. Feeling a stretch in through the hips, in through the low back. And we'll slowly come up. And let's switch the legs. Folding in the other leg, one in front of the other. Again, nice and tall, reaching the fingertips to the floor in front of us. Maybe we stay on the fingertips. Maybe we can put our hands down. Recognizing that one side might be easier than the other. If we're feeling any discomfort in our knees, just to extend those legs out a little bit further so that they're not in so tight, and that may help. Deep breath. And then slowly coming up nice and tall. One more, feet flat to the earth. Reaching the hands around behind us. And just get a nice lift. Making sure we're not dropping the head back. Keeping those muscles engaged. We're just lifting up. Nice and tall. Nice lift. Breathing deep. And then releasing. Coming to a comfortable seat. Whatever a comfortable seat that looks like for you. It could be in a chair. Feet out and stretched out in front. Doesn't have to be cross-legged. Nice and tall, long spine. Taking a deep breath in. Arms come up. Exhaling the hands in toward the chest. One more deep breath up. And letting it all go. I thank you for joining me today. May you go with peace, love, and gratitude. Have a wonderful day.